You're muted, Kim.
Oh, thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back to another event with Google Developer Student Club, City University of Seattle. And I'm Kim, I'm GDSC lead at CityU chapter. And today we have an invited guest. His name is Apiwat Chuaphan. And Apiwat is an alumni from CityU. He recently graduated not long ago, and he has landed an offer from AWS as an associate cloud app developer. And Apiwat is here to share with us his experience and tips and tricks for hopefully all of us can later land the job that we want. So thank you for being here, Apiwat. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, awesome. I'm very excited. Is there anything else you want to introduce yourself before we dive into your talk?
Um, yeah, it's up here as she said earlier, and then probably I'm gonna go with a little bit of short introduction in my presentation coming soon. So probably we can see what's the background, what the thing is going on in my journey soon, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, probably we can wait for some people coming in before I
Yeah.
start it.
People are coming in, and in the meantime I just want to remind you guys that if you are here, I'm seeing some of you guys, but please leave a comments so then we know that you're here. We'd love to hear from you, so just put a hello into the live chat. And if you have trouble commenting on YouTube and you have some questions, um, in the comment section or in the description of this video, there's a document I leave there. So you can use that Google Doc to leave your comments or questions. Or if you have a YouTube account, feel free to just leave the comments or questions directly in the chat. All right. So I think we can just slowly go ahead into your presentation, Apiwat, and then people will come in. How about that?
All right, thank you, Kim. Oh,
Awesome.
I saw the comment. Hello, Spencer.
Yeah. Hello, Spencer.
Yeah, I see one on in the comments over here.
Hi,
Let me.
Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hi,
Hi,
Sam.
Spencer. Thank you guys for being here. We are very excited.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your time joining my
Yeah.
invited talk today.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna share my screen. So
Yeah.
give me one
Go ahead.
second.
Go ahead and share your screen, and I'll
Yeah,
keep watching out for the comments.
give me
You
one
guys
second, guys. This is new to me. This team yard. So
are
this is my first time
right.
being live streaming.
Live streaming, new
Um,
experience.
share my screen. Yes.
Yeah. Once again, you can find the Google Doc in the top of the comment section or in the description of the video if you're not used to YouTube. So you can
Okay.
comment here or you can comment on YouTube, whichever is preferred. And
Okay.
yeah, so let's go ahead.
All right. So let me make it my big screen. So yeah, my name is Apiwat Chuaphan. So I was the CityU alumni, and I did graduate probably last year, 2020. It seemed like a long time ago, but it's just last year. So yeah, today we're gonna talk about like how I landed the offer the at the Amazon Web Services, and a little bit of my background. And this is my agenda today. What I'm gonna be covering. So I'm gonna go over my background, what I've been doing, how I started, and resume template, what template I use, what the resume format I use, and based on whose format, and also LinkedIn, and how do you get some like connection, and then the most of the LinkedIn profile. So we're gonna cover that a little bit, and also the technical skill set to prepare for the interview and all of the thing. It's just like also including your personal or like career goal, and also the interview expectation, what my interview look like. And lastly, the golden rules, what kind of rule that I use for my entire job search and also my personal like development. So we can start with my background a little bit. So I was a CityU student, and then I graduated last year, like I mentioned earlier. And then I joined CityU since I think when I joined was 2018. I think in fall 2018. And then And then I started to learn about the Amazon Web Services in 2019, where I had the first hands-on with the workshop that CityU held. I think probably in spring or winter 2019, and that was my first time to know the cloud the cloud era. That's and the Amazon that was using the cloud, how the cloud can help all of us develop the application or anything faster and easier. And also the cloud that I learned that the cloud can help a lot of businesses to grow their business faster and then reduce a huge cost and development and operation cost that the company used to have. And also um, it was about 2 years that I studied the CityU, and then during my study time I was the TA as well. And then the first job that I got at CityU was the being a TA for the Amazon a technical apprenticeship program that we were training the Amazon militaries, and then to help them go to on the job training with Amazon, and then that's how it started. And yeah, after I graduated from CityU, so I had an opportunity from for to work for a nonprofit organization that was recommended by our dean, which is Sam. So then I got a job for um, as a software engineer, as a full stack engineer, and then I worked for that nonprofit organization for about a year from now, and then just and then I got a job offer from the um, Amazon Web Services. And then the my job search application journey. So it's a lot of applications that I apply for a job. Um, yeah, like you see on my screen. So I applied probably 500 something application on many different companies, many different industries. And then over the 500 applications that I applied, it's only 10 or probably 10 or 20 something. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, it's just only 10 or 20 interview that I was that I got back from a company. I had a chance to talk to them, and then that's only one just that I get selected from Amazon. Yeah, that's a little bit about me. So and so next one we can go over the resume template I was using. It was based on this resume when I built my resume up. This is the template from Gail. So she also the author of the cracking the coding interview that probably you guys all know about. Yeah, like as you can see in the template. So I'm not sure if you see my mouse moving or not, but yeah, as you can see, there's separate section and the employment experiences and education and technical experience, the project that you've done, and also the technology or skill that you built. Yeah, the first one they separate the employment or experiences like the company you work, and then the title you work, and then some of the bullet point that contain all of your the description of what you did and what you've done, and then what kind of role that you are responsible for, and then what impact that you've done for the company. Like this template is kind of based on the XYZ template from Google. So for example, you've done this blah blah blah, and then by doing this blah 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 to help the company reduce some percentage, and then that's impact the company based on what you've done for that project. And then if you interested in this kind of template, and you can go for the link here. It's at the careercup.com/resume, and you're gonna land it to the page that you're gonna see this kind of exactly template that you're looking for at the screen right now. And also when you get into the website, they're gonna have more explanation on what section is what kind of information you need to put on what in each section. For example, section 1 you need to put in what, section 2, section 5, section 9, and what kind of data, what kind of wording you need to put on your resume. And this is the resume that, yeah, like I mentioned earlier, this is resume that also used in Google, I think. Let's go for the next one, the LinkedIn. Yeah, and this one, I can tell you right now, this is the job that I just got an offer from the Amazon Web Services. LinkedIn was helping me to get a job. I was reached out by a recruiter from the Amazon, and then we talk about some of the experiences. If the match experience, then we'll move on with the next step. Yeah, and I can definitely say that update your headline on LinkedIn. If you're looking for a particular job, for example, like software engineer, just put a software engineer and just relating to your experience. And if you put like um, cloud developer or full stack developer, you're gonna get a little bit of different from the recruiter that reached you out. And then based on my profile, my experience was a full stack engineer. And then I think that's why the recruiter from Amazon reached out to me, because they're looking for someone who has experience with the like a full stack and then like DevOps, whatever that they can build with the cloud. Yeah, and the second bullet, you update your job. So if you have the job title, just put your job title, the what you want to work at that title, and then update the description that's similar to what you had on your resume. Just explain that what you did with the company, what you have done, what your impact for the company. So the recruiter want to see when the recruiter reach out to you, and then when the recruiter see you on the online. So they're gonna see what you've been doing, and then what you have, what kind of big impact that you have for your company. And the more important thing is that I I paid for the premium. I think it's over a year, 2 years, and I think it's worth it because being a premium member for LinkedIn, it makes your profile more openly. So a lot of recruiter can reach you out easily, and then not only recruiter, also some of your network or friends of friends of friends, they can also see your profile um, more easily compared to non-premium. And also, if, with the premium, as you may know, some of you guys may already have the premium already. Yeah, and you may have seen that you have the job inside, um, which is I didn't see before I pay for the premium. It's the job inside. You can see what your top application and what kind of skills that they are looking for, what kind of technical skill that all of the application in the pool, and then what kind of percentage you're gonna be outstanding, what's your art to be to get the job to be outstanding um, more than the rest of the application. And yeah, that's yeah, I recommend it. I highly recommend it. So if you it's not really a big money, so it's probably I think 29 or 30 bucks a month. So I think it's worth it if you're just paying for monthly. You get more of the knowledge that you didn't know about. Like in this meme. So yeah, I don't know who you are, but if I find you on LinkedIn, yeah, like a recruiter, they don't know who you are, but if they see your LinkedIn is open on the online, so they can find you, and they're gonna probably can reach you out. You never know, they're gonna offer you something that you never know. Just be open and be ready for your for LinkedIn. Um, for the next one, the technical skill set that I prepared, that I've been using, that I've been doing, building a project on my personal and also on my um, a professional experience and with a company or something like that. So yeah, I highly recommend that you contribute something or like to GitHub, to like public repository. And yeah, I had a chance to first contribute to something on GitHub when it was then events last year called the Oktoberfest, if I the GitHub, the event for the people who can contribute to something together on the public repository. So that's they want to, and that event is going to teach you a lot of things, how to collaborate with other people, and how you can use GitHub, how you can use how you can work with the other people with the same code base. So if you added something, you add new feature, whether you're gonna approve it, whether the admin gonna approve it or not. That's yeah, I would say that it was a good experience that practicing you to use like coding development and also like work collaboration. And then because all of the company, they are also using this kind of version control and then online repository. So when you have something updated, so everybody seeing your code, and if the code is good, they approve it. If not, they reject it. And then yeah. And the next one, I always take courses online outside of my classroom, and probably it was just my personal. I always enjoy learning something new, even I have to pay for the courses. Probably sometimes I pay a lot uh of the course pricing, which is not, some of the course is not um it's not affordable. It's not like $10 or something. It's probably $100 or something. Yeah, I pay for that because I think it's worth it in the long run. So if you learn something on that course, um, yeah, but even you don't have to pay. There are a lot of free courses online nowadays. Even on YouTube, you go to YouTube, you have free courses online like Free Code Camp, um, Udemy. I took Udemy, I took Coursera, I took the edX. But mostly I took was the Udemy, I think. But the Udemy, the pricing is a little bit um expensive, but they always have the discount. Probably just wait for a discount. Usually the price for one course is usually about $10 or so. Yeah, I think it's worth it. Just take the course, and yeah, and then build the project that you want to try, that you are interested in. For example, if you are interested in like computer vision, you can just go to the GitHub repository and just get a clone some repo, and just uh, get to try the code, that how they implement it, and then just pick something. And then once you feel like comfortable with it, just adjust the code, or just build something from scratch. Or yeah, and then that's how I learned the most, just building something from scratch. And the kind of when you learn something, how everything is connected. And also the full stack engineer, yeah, I had this experience, and thanks to the company that that I'm working with, and also the opportunity with Dr. Sam gave me. And yeah, I had the opportunity to work with a lot of like front end, back end databases, and also like CI/CD networking, some security on the cloud. So, and luckily, I most of my project was somehow done by the help with the Amazon Web Services. I use Amazon the most of my personal project as well. So that's how I got a little bit familiar with many services that Amazon offers. So yeah, I use that, and then I think it's a benefit. If you know cloud, if you know how to use cloud, if you know how to adapt the cloud to the legacy system, or like businesses, so you have opportunity to help them with to grow the business using the cloud. You help them reduce the cost. You help them like do some kind of put more security, like auto scaling, something like that. That's what the Amazon offer. And one thing that I used to study before my interview was the cracking coding interview, but especially not the coding side for this job particular, but it's more like system design. in this job particular. So basically, you need to know everything about the like how the network, how the internet works, how the application talk to each other, like front end, back end, databases, how you automate that kind of stuff, and then the system decide and how you decide and how you architect your application to be um, scalability, availability. So in this book, they have a section called system design. So you can take a look. If you more like a coding or just like software engineer side, yeah, you this book is I think just one of the top book that I would recommend. Yeah, you can see all of the algorithm and data structure, and you can see from this book as well. And moving on for the interviews, this was the expectation on the interview for this kind of role. So basically, they have three main rounds. So the first one is a phone screen with the recruiter, and the second one, if you pass, is that screen, and then you're gonna move on to the phone screen with the developer and the team. And the phone interview they contain basically the technical and behavioral, but I forgot to put the technical in the second bullet point. Yeah, and then there's gonna be the behavioral and technical, like the technical, for example, um the programming languages, and then how you decide the database, how you decide the application to be the cloud optimized, and how you scaling and how to reduce some latency from like if you access from across the world, something like that. And the on-site interview, yeah, I got the to the final on-site interview, and then there was four different people in the on-site interview, like 1 hour each, so back to back. So probably you have 5 to 15 break between each session. And then after the session, after the on-site interview, I got the chance to, I got the chance to present any project that I had to decide the system design, how I build the project, and then how the all of the components connect to each other. That was after the full round of the on-site interview. And for the behavioral questions, so the because this is the Amazon, so of course you're gonna be targeted on the leadership principle. Yeah, they have 14 or 16 leadership principle. You need to go through every one of them, and then and try to match with your experience and the probably the work that in the past or your current work that try to match with the each of the 14 or 16 principle. But they're not gonna ask you for like 14 all of every principle, and then just be ready and then be familiar with the principle that's just most related to you. And also the STAR method, the when you have to answer the behavioral questions, they suggested to use the and I already highly recommend, not for the Amazon job, but any job that you interviewing with. So using STAR method to answer those type of questions. So, but the STAR method stand for S is a situation, and then where you explain what's going on that when you have some kind of experience when you work for the company, and the T stand for task and what you are expect to do, and A is action, what you actually take the action for that particular situation, and then I is the result. So what the result after you've done what you explained for the STA. Yeah, and then I think it's really useful to use that STAR method, so the interviewer gonna understand kind of the step by step and explain, oh, this is what I have, this is what I took as action, this is what the result is coming based on that action I took. And yeah, for the technical the perspective that's covered on the my interview in general. Yeah, based on the in my experiences, the question was just about the software development in general, like with the languages. For example, if you are like Java, like JavaScript, you use those kind of languages. So they're gonna be asking you for those kind of knowledge on those languages. So just be ready for all of the type of decoding question as well. And also the cloud architecture. Yeah, they're gonna be covering the cloud architecture or the compute, the cloud, the networking, and microservices, of course, and then the content delivery, and also the all of the database or DevOps. How do you automate this kind of thing? And how do you design the API using microservices? How do you use Docker container instead of other deployment, other the services, technology services? And yeah, how do you design like how do you design application that handle like millions of people, and then how do you make it auto scale and horizontal scaling, and how do you decide that kind of architecture using our um, Amazon Web Services? But it doesn't have to be you don't have to be using the Amazon Web Services when you answer the questions. But for example, let's see, ICD, you don't have to use Amazon Code Pipeline. You can use some other thing like Genskin or whatever that's out there. Yeah, that's gonna be the same concept anyway. But yeah, you can use if you know the Amazon Web Services. That's I think it's a plus because there's gonna be you're gonna be working with the Amazon services anyway. And I think that's pretty much in the experience on the cloud, and then what you should expect when you have interview, and then for the technical and then behavioral as well. Um, oh, by the way, for the percentage of behavioral and technical, I would say pretty much like equal, because Amazon weights on behavioral a lot. You're gonna have a lot of questions on like tell me a time where you blah 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 a lot of time. Every single round they have those kind of questions. Just be ready for it. Just review. And then what I prepared for the behavioral question was I reviewed the leadership principles, and then I just try to put myself on each one of them. Try to come up with my experience that related to uh, each one of the topic for in the leadership principle. You don't have to be everything, like I said, but try to put yourself in as much as you can to match with the leadership principle. Yeah, I think that would be once you be ready, and then once you review all of those things that I talked about, I think you'll be comfortable to answer the interview question when they come to the actual interview days. And for the my golden rules is my tips that I always use. Yeah, I keep learning new things. Everything just come up. Probably, I mean, catching up new thing is pretty challenging, right? New things come up probably every day. Yeah, just learning new things every day, and then keep learning, keep catching up. Um, and also you're gonna have to have the strong desire, and then because I used to talk to myself that just get me any job, that I just want to have my experience, and then even if it's a little to no pay, so it's a volunteer. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm happy with that as long as I have a new experience, as long as I have to try new thing. And yeah, but to get a lot of, I know the being the job search is it's stressful. Yeah, I've been there. And yeah, if you compare yourself with other just is you're gonna feel more stressful. But if you compare yourself to your yesterday self, yeah, I think it's better because you know something new. You got something you're now able to do something that you did not, that you couldn't in the past, and then that feel better, and then that feel motivated. If you just okay, I probably I'm not that smarter in the room, but oh, I just learned new thing. I got this. I learned new thing compared to yesterday. Yeah, was feel happy about it. And also, yeah, don't feel like stacked up on. Don't feel frustrated. I mean, I understand, but because things takes time. So I mean, like you see here, as you mentioned, I mean, as you already know, Rome is not wasn't built within one day. So it took probably um, over 1,000 years to finish building Rome. So like your job, and yeah, it takes time. It took me years to get my first job. Yeah, you just don't give up. Just keep trying. Your first job is not gonna be your most loved job, but yeah, just never give up, and then you will get one. And yeah, that was about it with my journey, and from the beginning to landing a job. And I think this also it just started from my journey as well. My next journey is not gonna be that's it for my journey. It's gonna be keep continuing. I'm gonna continue exploring new journey. Probably I might come back next time if I have another update. So um, yeah, and yeah, thank you for everyone for listening for me for probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes. If you can have any questions or if you want to have some kind of even doesn't have to be job related, it can be personal talk. You guys can reach me out at probably on my LinkedIn here. So yeah, thank you guys. If you have any questions, just feel free to ping me anytime.
Yeah, thank you, Apiwat. Great talk. Thanks for all the sharing you have. And yeah, it was a lot of insights there.
Yeah, thank you, Kim.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm gonna give it a little bit of time for the audience to leave any questions or comments they have. So once
Yeah.
again, you guys, yeah, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to put it in the live chat, or you
Oh,
can put it in the document that. Yeah, Abdul.
yeah. I'm just reading the comments. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, go ahead, Kim.
Yeah. Leave your comments, leave your questions in the chat or in the document, in the description of the video if you have any. Yeah. Hi, Ali. Thanks for being here. Ali say great talk. Thanks, Apiwat. Absolutely.
Thank you, everyone, for coming here. And then I'm trying to cover every comments here.
Yeah.
Um,
I do have a
any
question.
question? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Go ahead, Kim.
So I'm very curious. In the beginning, I think I remember you say you wanted to go for software engineer position, right?
Hmm.
So what bring you to this change?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking. Oh, yeah, of course, I was looking for a software engineer perspective. I mean, the kind of software engineer related job. And then I had a chance, like I mentioned earlier, I had a chance to work with the non-profit organization, and then as a full stack engineer. Basically, you just not like doing only front end or back end. Probably you doing basically everything, pretty much everything, like including front end, back end, databases, automation, how to design database, design, and how to connect everything on the cloud. Yeah, I was kind of enjoying doing it, and then yeah, because of that, and then the recruiter reached out to me, and then I was like, oh, what kind of this job? What I'm gonna be doing? And then, but I was kind of skeptical at first, but and then it's interesting when I read the description, and then why not just take the opportunity if I don't like it or if I just not enjoy it too much. Yeah, probably I can probably change the job title in the future, probably within internal, maybe a little bit better than what I thought to myself.
Yeah. And on
Yeah.
that note, I think we have a similar question from the audience. So Ali asked, were you targeting AWS when you were a student, or did you find interest later on?
Um, I think because the our school partnered with the Amazon Web Services, yeah, it was a pretty huge impact on myself as well. But yeah, but I'm not targeting only the Amazon as my personal career. I also took the Microsoft certification. Yeah, and also my capstone project was doing everything on the Google Cloud. Yeah, I was over places though, and then but the Amazon was the one that I used the most because of, it was the Amazon apprentice TA, and then all of the my personal project, most of them is on the Amazon as well, and also my current work is also the using the Amazon cloud. That's why the Amazon, the why all of everything is kind of helping me to get this kind of the Amazon position. Yeah.
Yeah, so you say you were kind of trying everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't really focus
Mm-hmm.
on only one technology. Do you think it makes a better impact than just choosing one based on your experience?
Um, I I think all of the cloud provider they offer pretty much the same thing, the similar concept, but it's just different kind of policy and then different kind of probably naming or yeah, but it's just everything is just the same. Like Amazon have the compute, the EC2, the Microsoft also have the compute, Google also have the compute, so everything is fine. If you know one, I think if you want to adapt for the another one later on, this I think it's no problem.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we
Yeah.
have the next question from the audience. Please excuse me if I say your name wrong. Havaska say, is it hard to architect microservices?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Yeah, but it's just hard to architect microservices. I think it's not pretty difficult. I would say no, but it's gonna be challenging at first when you just start learning all of the microservices style. So yeah, I started learning probably last year, I think, when I get a job. Yeah, I learned on the job. I learned all of the microservices on the job. So it's just a lot, but once you know all of the component, you know like the basic how they connect to like each other, how all of the component connect to, and how to you have to do it this way. How do you put this thing in this place for building microservices? Yeah, I think it's gonna be you're gonna be really enjoy doing it, but it's gonna just take a lot of time. It's just the beginning, but yeah, you can do it.
Yeah. So you say if you do it with hands-on
Hmm.
practice within 1 year, you should be able to sort of
Yeah,
nail
yeah.
our concepts. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 6 months to 1 year. I think you probably feel a little bit comfortable with building or migrating all of the legacy application to microservices on the cloud.
Mm. But the main key
Yeah.
is you need to practice, right? Otherwise, you
Oh
cannot.
yeah, yeah. If I don't do it, yeah, I forget things as well. So I have to keep building something
Yeah. And
because
then,
yeah,
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, because because I'm a little bit lucky because my job is using the Amazon, so everything that was asked in the interview was probably I already doing as my daily job as well.
Hmm. Yeah. And same question from the
Hmm.
same audience. Did you
Yeah.
learn microservices after you learn cloud concepts?
I think I learned cloud first. I start to know about cloud first, and then microservices. Yeah.
Do you think it's a better path, or do you suggest two at the same time, or maybe microservices first? Which one do you think makes more sense for students?
Well, I don't think I have that kind of like which one go first, and then um but probably learning cloud might be a little bit easier, in my opinion, because you have everything, a lot of tutorial, a lot of thing, a lot of services that's offered from you already. So you can just go ahead and register and then just start your free trial, and then you can just start building a cloud optimized application. So I think you can start with that, and then Yeah, because in Microsoft we also use a lot of like cloud services as well nowadays. Yeah, and if I have to choose, probably go with cloud first and then microservices.
Yeah, absolutely. I double that. Cloud always, not
Yeah,
always, but in my opinion, it was a easier to digest concept. So start with
yeah,
cloud
yeah,
first.
yeah. I agree.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have a question from Sam. How does your capstone help your jobs at KCA and AWS?
Well, yeah, it's helped a lot with the because my capstone also using Google Cloud. Yeah, and yeah, because the all the capstone I use Google Cloud, I use different concept in the Google Cloud. I use the database on Google Cloud. I use compute on Google Cloud. I use the I think national languages that Google provided for the my capstone. So I think that's helping me starting to know to learn more about the cloud. And then when I did some research on my capstone, and also when I implement the application, yeah, I was comparing the cloud, which one is the one that the best fit for my capstone. But for that particular project, I found Google was the one that suit me the best. And one more thing, I applied for the AWS for the free credit. They rejected me, and then the Google Cloud offered me 300 credit, and then that's one of the reason I using Google Cloud.
Yeah, you definitely qualify to be Google
Yeah,
Cloud guest, right?
yeah, using cloud. I mean, probably have to pay something for some of the service. It's not always free, so
Yeah,
that's why I applied for the credit. But
yeah. We're proud of you.
unfortunately,
Yeah, you're speaking at Google Student Club. Great answer.
yeah, I
So
just Google.
yes, it's just Google, right? Okay, so you're saying uh your capstone help, right? And then your
Mhm.
capstone was a TA like chatbot, is it correct?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My capstone was the TA. I built a chatbot for the our school for the TA chatbot.
Mm.
Yeah.
And if users, the audience want to read your capstone later, is it okay? Maybe they reach out to you or anywhere they can see your research.
Uh, for my research or for the application? It's just
Either,
for the
either. Yeah.
I think the for probably you can reach me on the paper. I think would be easier,
Mm.
and you can I think my paper already um submitted to the EdSecCon. You can search it, you can Google it, the EdSecCon and the proceeding.
Mm.
Probably you can find the title called the TS chatbot on
Yeah.
that.
If you're interested in his paper, it's available in
Mhm.
EdSecCon Conisa Conference 2021, and you can read his research there. All right.
Yeah.
Next up in a comment, we have a
Yep.
question from Ali again. Thanks, Ali, for
Yeah.
throwing a lot of questions. And the question is, to land a similar job, where should I start as a student at STC?
To land a similar job, where should you start as a student? Yeah, just try to focus on your school, and then if you have like free time, just like guys said, build something alongside, and then try to network with people. And also, if you have like a lot of event, but yeah, for example, you can keep participating in like Google Club. When I was in CityU, there's no Google Club for me. And yeah, try to join like a lot of event. I join like Microsoft events as well for free. They're virtually, and then that's help me learning and exploring new cloud concept. Yeah, if you have the events on your area or even virtual, yeah, just join it, and then you want to learn something new. Yeah, meet up and anything.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, on this note of this position, so you are associate cloud app
Hmm.
developer, right? And who do you think fits for this position? So what kind of background or knowledge should student prepare to land this similar position?
For this position particular, Basically, it's closest like full stack developer. So basically, you do pretty much thing if you have basic of like general ideas of like how front end, how back end works, how like cloud, how everything is how like internet working, how like browser, what's happening when you type something on your browser, where it goes, and then just some kind of networking, security, cloud. Um, like if you have those kind of the concept, yeah, probably you can be fit with the this position as well.
Yeah, thank you. And
Yeah.
yeah, and I see in the audience you have a message from Radana say congrats on the new job.
Thank you, Radana.
Yeah. Thanks Radana for being here. Thanks you guys as well.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you everyone for being here. Oh,
Yeah.
I've yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What you saying?
Yeah. No, no, no. You go ahead.
No. There. Yeah. Just a reminder that there is still time for questioning, so feel free to keep coming up with questions. There's comment section, or there's a Word doc pinned
Mhm.
in the top of the comments or in the description of the video. So feel free to throw the questions. I'm watching both, so I'll make sure you have your questions. And
Oh, I
next
see the
up,
comment coming up.
yeah, Morgan asks, knowing what you know now, what would you do differently in your studies or interview process? Great question, Morgan.
Thank you, Morgan. And yeah, that's a good question. So, what would I do differently? Um, Probably, I would use Amazon as my capstone. um, what would I do differently? Probably, I'm gonna just exploring more of the cloud services, and also like probably to take um to certificate before I got the interview. And yeah, just if I had the knowledge that would be covered on my interview beforehand, so probably I'm gonna just study and build something that was related to what they're gonna be asking me. Like for example, just build something that was similar and was pretty big for the real world project. Like a lot of people using for example, like handle a lot of millions like sessions, but they're gonna be another big project if I have to do it differently.
And
Yeah.
I'm very curious, do you think that is there any piece of technical knowledge that you would want to, that you wish you would have spent more time beside the cloud, like you say, right? How about coding? Do you think if you could have spent more time on coding, does it make any big difference or not really? What do you think?
For this particular, if you have if you know a lot of like coding the algorithm, yeah, I think it's a big plus. But I'm not sure what they're gonna be my job. I'm gonna be using a lot of like coding, but because this one is not really focused on coding alone, it's just not software engineer that's gonna have to code all the time or whatever. But this one is kind of including everything else as well, like deployment and designing, like architecting some kind of system behind the scene that probably you never don't have to when you are like starting as a software engineer, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds like
Yeah,
there's a lot of like exactly full stack experience, right?
yeah. This is more like if you know about like general idea of like system design, so you basically you know how everything talks to each other, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess. Yeah, absolutely. And then also another question from Morgan.
yeah.
Where are you going to work, and are you moving back to Seattle? Yeah, do you get to choose your location?
Yeah, I can't go. I mean, I can't choose whatever I want to go, but since this one is remote, so it's not required to be on site. So yeah, if I have to be on site, Seattle is one of my city that I would consider. And also the I heard that the Amazon also building the headquarters too in Virginia, and I've been there, and it's pretty cool. A pretty interesting city to be in too.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the beauty
Yeah.
of working for a fan group, right? You get to choose your location around. All
Oh
right.
yeah, 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 yeah. You have a
Yeah.
lot of like campus that you can be working
Mhm.
with.
Yeah, true. And then we have another great question from Darana. I really like this question.
Mm.
If you could only give one piece of advice to students interviewing for a job with one of the large IT companies like Google, AWS, Microsoft, what would it be?
Oh, thank you, Rana. This is a great question. So if I give one piece of advice, for interviewing with the big tech company, yeah, just be ready and then be prepared. What's probably you guys already did some research on, uh, what they expect on the interview day, right? But you have some ideas what gonna be like. Yeah, just be prepared, and then if you go for um the interview day, just be you can use the mock interview. You can um practice with like peers and other people online. They're gonna help you with to build like to gain the confidence when it's coming to the actual day of the interview. And then I remember my first job interview. It wasn't it wasn't that good. I was a panic. I couldn't even solve some of like a simple coding question. I was like, oh, how can I do follow up? I'm panicked. Um, yeah, that kind of thing. But if you, the more you did, the more you practice, I think the more comfortable you're going to be in. And then once you're ready, once you have done a lot of practicing, and then once it come with the interview day, so you're gonna feel like you're just not interviewing with them, you just feel like you're talking with the team. So that's gonna feel like you're confident, and then the interviewer gonna feel that, oh, this guy is confident, and then you feel like just working as a team smoothly. Yeah, I would recommend just practice. Practice is makes perfect, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Mock interviews
Yeah,
and practice, practice, practice. I agree.
yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah,
Practicing.
I remember first time I have the mock interview is the same. It's super, super simple question, and all of the knowledge that I have in my mind, it's
Mm.
just totally gone. They tell me
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
yeah to do one super simple command, right?
Mm.
And you're like, oh, I don't know how to program anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
I was so panicked. Like, should I should I ask you or should I talk to you? Should I do this way or not? Or what are you looking for?
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
panic.
But I think after several time it will be fine. So just keep
Yeah,
practicing
yeah,
and yeah.
definitely.
Absolutely. Being nervous, totally fine. It means you're caring to the job. So it's good.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We still have another question from Morgan
Hmm.
again. And good point about tailoring your capstone. Did you start your capstone early enough in your master degree process? I think your answer.
Yeah, I think yeah, I started probably 1 quarter earlier, I think.
So
But,
do you think starting it early benefited you for the whole process of getting a job?
oh yeah, definitely. If you start early, you're gonna probably know a lot of differences. Uh, when you build a capstone, if you're gonna probably comparing you one student start capstone like 2 quarter earlier, and then you want to start the same quarter at the capstone. Yeah, they're gonna the student who started capstone the same quarter at the capstone probably gonna miss something that probably they never seen. They're gonna like potential error, potential problem that they never seen before. And if you start earlier, you're gonna see you have time to fix, and you have time to see a lot of options, see more opportunities that probably change your gear toward something else that would probably fit your capstone better. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, just start earlier. You have
yeah. And for people who
yeah,
don't know, so Apiwat started his capstone a little bit earlier, and he even got his capstone accepted at a conference, which we mentioned earlier, ETSICON and Conisa 2021.
yeah,
So it definitely opened more doors for you. You get more recognition,
yeah,
right? And when you go to the conference, you see a lot more people in the industry. So that's definitely a big yes. Please start early. And I'm gonna use
yeah.
your case, Apua, to go back to my class and tell my student, please. Here's an example. So, yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, yeah, yeah. I think the earlier you started, I think the better of your capstone gonna be.
Mhm. And we
Yeah.
also have another comment from, I believe this is Brian, who said congrats.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, thanks for being here. And yeah, thank you, Sam. Apiwat's Kanisa conference paper was promoted to the journal review. Wow, congrats.
Oh, I mean, thank you. I didn't know that. So thank you. It was a great piece of the news.
You didn't even know.
I mean, I didn't know.
Yeah,
It's
wow.
just when did you guys know about the result?
I guess we can find out later. But yeah, you guys see kids started early, and then there are a lot of chances coming your way. So yeah, so we have about 4 more minutes left, and if you still have any questions, feel free to throw it in. We have enough time for one last question.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, there's always
Yeah.
chances to talk to Apiwat more, right? I can always invite you for another talk if you have time to give us
Yeah.
updates.
If and only if I change the job.
Ah. Oh, and this is a very important question. After you work for a
Mhm.
while, please don't forget CityU student and refer us.
Oh yeah, definitely. If I have
Yeah,
a lot of things that's opening, yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And if people want to reach out to you to ask for extra advices or just have a chat, which is the
Yeah,
best way
feel
to reach
free.
you? Yeah.
Probably I would say LinkedIn because that's the only thing that I have right now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So again, if you have any questions or any advice you want to hear from Apiwat,
Mhm.
just reach out to him. It's on the screen. It's linkedin.com, Apiwat C. Yeah.
See, yeah. Let's see.
Yeah. Any last comments, Apiwat? I don't think there's any more questions coming in, but thanks everyone for throwing in the questions. Totally love it. And again, if you have more, feel free to reach out to Apiwat. Or me,
Mhm.
and yeah, we can figure it out from there. Any last
Yeah,
comment,
yeah.
Apiwat?
Well, just you guys just keep practicing, keep learning, and then just never give up. And a lot of rejection doesn't mean you're not good. Doesn't mean it's just another way that to get to your success. Just don't be frustrated. Just never give up. You gonna get there. One. You just need one yes, right? Just never give up.
Yep, never give up. Biggest question,
Yeah,
biggest
yeah.
lesson. Yeah, absolutely. Again, Apiwa, thank you so much for being here. And I know my image is like freezing right now, but thanks so
Yep.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, thank you, Kim, for having me in your club.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah, and thank you everyone for joining. So
Yeah,
probably
thanks
I see you guys
everyone.
next time.
Yeah, see everyone. Bye everyone.
All right, thank you.